Hi students, good morning. Today we are going to deal with 10th class ma. 10th class social studies day 3 ma. 10th social studies day 3. Students, let's open your textbooks ma. The social text ma. See, in the previous class we had discussed about the chapter 3, production and employment. Production and employment. So today we just continue the lesson ma. I hope the lesson is very interesting for you. Yeah, I'm sure it is very interesting. So we have seen in the previous class what is GDP. Means the full form of GDP is gross domestic product, and what are the three ways of what production and employment. First is agriculture, industry, and services. So I gave you a homework also to do it. Many of you have completed it and sent me WhatsApp. Okay, I'm very happy regarding that issue. And today we just continue the lesson, ma. So I think I told you all this. How do we estimate GDP also is completed? So examples are given to you all. Examples are given to you all. So today we just continue the topic, ma. We just could all examples. So let's read the topic, ma. The changes is in the important sectors, value of goods and services produced and employed by people. So this is also a small example. So shall we go to it, ma? Okay. If not, shall we go to the main topic today? Okay, we'll just go to the main topic. Employment, the working life of India. Page number 35. Page number 35. Employment, the working life in India. So, this is important, my students. So, be careful, ma. This is day 3. Day 3. The gross GDP means the gross domestic product of a country has close relation with the total number of working people in that country. So the GDP depends and has a close relation with the total number of people working in the country. The total number of people working in the country. As population increases, so Masi, as population increases, demand also increases. Am I clear, Talma? As population increases, demand also increases. As population increases, underline ma. It is essential that the country provides opportunities. So the country also provides opportunities for those who are looking for work. See, people are looking for work. People are looking for work. So what happened? They have to have an opportunity. Unless people get jobs to earn. So main thing is, unless people get jobs, not only people, unless a person gets a job, how do they get food and other requirements? So, a working man, he gets his wages or his salaries, and with that, he buys whatever is required for him to have a happy and secure life. So, unless he has a job, he can fulfill his desires. He doesn't have a job. How will he fulfill his desires? Am I clear to you all? According to the Census of India, 2011, out of 1.2 billion persons in India, 460 million people are workers. How many ma? That time which year? 2011. 460 million people are workers. That is, people engaged in some productive activities. The following table shows some basic facts about workers in India. See, come here again, we see. We have 3 sectors. What are the sectors? One is agriculture sector, industry sector, service sector, and see, again these are divided in rural and urban. Again is divided between the gender wise, the male and the female. So total workers. So this is the table given here, ma. So you can just see the table. You will have an idea about it. When this is table, then 2009 to 2010. Minimum 2009 to 2010. This is the ratio, the percentage of the people working under different sectors. Ultimately, unfortunately, bad luck in India, while there had been a change in the share of 3 sectors, there was a change in 3 sectors. This is unluckily, in GDP, a similar shift has not taken place in employment. So, graph 3 shows the share of employment in the 3 sectors. 1972, 73, and 2009 to 2010, ma. 2009 to 2010 years, 2009 to 2010, okay, ma. And then, ma, the agricultural sector continues to be the largest employer even now. Yes, agriculture. India is mostly depending on agriculture. Agriculture sector continues to be the largest employer even now, even today only. Which is the largest sector, ma? Agriculture, farming. You clear? Why didn't employment shift out of agriculture sector? So the question arises. Why didn't employment shift out agricultural sector? It is because not enough jobs. It is because not enough jobs were created in the industry and service sectors. So the jobs are not enough. Jobs are not enough. Where in which sectors? In the industry and the service sectors. Jobs are not enough. So people have to do some work. So what happened? They depend on the agricultural sector. They depend on the agricultural sector. So it is because not enough jobs were created in the industry and service sectors. Even through production of industrial goods went up by more than 9 times. So the production of industrial goods went up more than 9 times. During the period, employment went up only by around 3 times. Employment went up only how many? By 3 times. The same applies to service sector. Service sector. While production rose by more than 14 times, employment rose about 5 times, around 5 times. So production in the agriculture sector rose 14 times. Employment rose only 5 times. As a result, more than half of the workers in the country were working in agriculture. So that is the cause. That is the main cause. The main cause. Most of the people were working in what? In which sector? Agriculture sector. In which sector? Agriculture sector. Producing only the 1/6 of the GDP. Producing only 1/6 of the GDP. In context of this, the industry and service sector produced 3/4 of the GDP. So come here, the industry and service sector produce what? 3/4 of the GDP. Whereas they employ only about half of the proportion of workers. Does this mean that the workers in agriculture are not producing as much as they could? Again we have a question. Why is the workers in the sector not producing? So this is what we came to today. Just turn a page. It means that there are more people in agriculture. So what it says, and exactly more people are where? In the agriculture sector. But everyone may not be fully occupied. So okay, anyway, but people, they are not fully occupied. So even if few people move out, production will not be affected. So even though some people move out, the production will not be affected. Production will not be affected. Even though people from the agriculture sector move out to the industry or service sector also, the production will not come down. So in other words, workers in agriculture sector are underemployed. So the workers in the agriculture sector are underemployed. Take the case of a small farmer. Example, we just take a small farmer. Okay, what's the name is? Gayatri. Owning about 2 hectares of unirrigated land, dependent only on rain and growing crops like jowar and red gram. So, for example, Gayatri has 2 acres of land, and that land depends only on rainwater. And there she is growing 2 kinds of crops. What are 2 kinds? One is jowar and other is red gram. All 5 members in her family work in the plot throughout the year. So, Gayatri, along with 5 members in the family, they all work on the land. Throughout the year. Why? They have nowhere else to go for work. Cause they have no other option. To go for work. You will see that everyone is working. None remains idle. So here the 5 members, including Gayatri, all are working. Nobody is sitting idle at home. Or neither is anybody relaxing. But in actual fact, their labor efforts get divided. So the actual fact means the labor of effort gets divided. Each one is doing some work, but no one is fully employed. So somebody other is working, but no one is fully employed. This is the situation of underemployment. So this is the main cause of underemployment. where people are apparently working, but all of them are made to work less than their potential. So people are working, but the work is not sufficient for them to live, not sufficient for them to. This kind of unemployment is hidden in contrast to someone who does not have a job and is clearly visible as unemployed. So a person who hasn't a job, he come under unemployed. Hence, it is also called disguised unemployment. So what the other word is say? It is called as disguised unemployment. Disguised under unemployment. So this is what we have learned. We saw the samples of Gayatri and of family members, like how they are all standing together and working on the land. But even though they are working fully, it is not sufficient for them. So this is what we saw the small example today, ma. We saw a small example today, and I told you, no, about the sectors, which is the largest sector, ma? Agriculture sector, because why most of the people are depending on agriculture sector only. Whereas coming to industry sector and the service sector. So table is given to you all here also, okay, ma? Table is given to you all here. So you all can just fine. Let's go to it, ma. Go to it, okay, ma? So this is what I can tell you all today, ma. In the class 3, and students, I think I'll be starting your homework for you all, ma. So today your work is okay. 6th question, ma. 6th question, page number 43. Let's take out the page number 43. Page 43. 6th question. Read and write 2 times. How many times? 2 times. This is the day 3. So your homework today is page number 43. 6th question. How is the service sector different from other sectors? So how is the service sector different from other sectors? Illustrate with a few examples. So you must give the answer with few examples. This is what today. This is your homework. Read and write twice, ma. 2 times. Twice means 2 times. Okay, ma? Students. Okay, ma. Students. I hope all of you are enjoying the class. We will meet in the next class, ma. That is tomorrow. Bye. Take care and be safe.